Hey, what's up guys? ALJB Gaming here, and the Diablo 3 1.0.8 patch is now live. It came out either today or yesterday, or sometime in between, in the morning, early hours, I don't know. But it is now out, and let us talk about it. Okay, I'll read over the patch notes. I'll just go in order here. I'll put the link in the description as well, so if you want to read along with me while I'm saying this, you can do that. Players, and I'm not going to read everything, I'll just read some of the things that stick out to me. There's quite a bit of it here. Players can now identify all items in their inventory by speaking to Deckard Cain or by using the Book of Cain that can be found near the stash, shared stash and all access. So that is this is a new thing, a Book of Cain. So if you're in what they seem to be doing in this patch, from what I've read in the patch notes, is that they want to promote co-op play, where before there was no really incentive to do it. All the mechanics were set up to be able easily to party with people, but there was no real incentive to do it. It was kind of harder actually to kill mobs in a group, and there's a lot of penalties and stuff, and it really wasn't working with what they intended. They didn't have it set up very well, which I don't know why this long in the battle. I mean, it's been out for like a year almost. But now if you're in a group and let's say you get full, you can run over here, Book of Cain, IDs all of your items. I only have one right here, but boom, and you can do that now instead of having to stand there, get way behind your group, identify, sell, identify, sell, identify, sell, identify, sell, identify, sell. That took a lot of time. Another one that is promoting this. Yeah, it's a buff to co-op promotion. The cooldown incurred by changing skills outside of town on Inferno difficulty has been reduced to 30 seconds, down from 60. So if I were to choose one of these, the cooldown would only be 30 seconds. So maybe if I wanted to change the skills while I was in a party, just pop out 30 seconds, I want to change it back, and then I could do that. Okay, let's see. The bonus experience granted by lightning shrines is now also calculated multiplicatively. Okay. Magic find and gold find granted by fortune shrines can now exceed the 300% cap. There's now an option in video settings to lock the cursor to the window when in full screen windowed mode. Alright, this is a little small stuff. Alright, so here's another co-op buff. Players now receive a 10% bonus to magic find, gold find experience per additional player in a multiplayer game, up to a maximum of 30% in a 4-player game. And this can exceed their respective 300% caps. So your gear can get you 300. I'm not sure exactly what constitutes that 300% cap, but once you get there, this co-op bonus will exceed that, so there is incentive to group up. You get additional experience and gold find that you would not have, and magic find that you would not have if you were by yourself. So it is more beneficial to play the group now. And another thing is a notification is now sent to all players in a multiplayer game whenever a party member engages an elite monster or treasure goblin in combat, and their location will be shown on the minimap. In addition to this, an icon will also appear over player banners in town to indicate if they're in combat with a monster, elite monster, or treasure goblin. So you could be in town, and if your party is engaging an elite pack, say you're up in town checking out the items you just identified and selling them individually, and an elite pack pops up, it'll now alert you when your group runs into it, so you can hop back in real quick and get the experience for that, get the Paragon stack. So that's pretty cool. I like that. It is mind-blowing that this is taking this long to do this. I don't I don't know what they do over at Blizzard, but this is something, I don't know, it's a no-brainer. I mean, I don't know. Should have been there a long time ago, I feel like. Okay, there are also a bunch of bug fixes, little things, achievements, and little bugs here and there. Some auction house stuff. Not that important. Okay, one new thing. Let's check this out. It's actually something we can look at. Let's see. Okay. So matchmaking tags have been added. So you have your difficulty, your monster power when you're searching in public games, and now you can have a tag that displays what your intent is in this game. And actually, here is a... Actually, let's finish this. Okay. So, if you want just Monster Slay, if you're looking just to, you know, farm, and then you can set it to that, and you can join the game with that filter. There is one for brawling if you want to do PvP. That's pretty cool. That's the first... that's the beginnings of a PvP queue, I would suppose. Which I don't know why they don't have that yet. It cannot be that hard. And then if you want to do key runs, you can do that. So, really, this is something that usually before you could only do effectively if you had a group of friends and you're consistently wanting to do the same thing. If you want to have a group of 3, group of 4, and you need to say, alright, let's go all do some key runs, boom, 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 you all do key runs together. Now, if your friends are offline, really you can just do it with anyone you want to. I mean, it might not be as smooth and fluid, but if you want to brawl, boom, it's right there, keyword, monster slaying, if you just want to farm a certain act or whatever. There it is. That is awesome. Awesome, awesome. Great implementation. Should have been there quite a while ago. And what I was saying is, you can see a notification. Evanterica has engaged Feliron the Violent. So there's a notification forwarding to an elite pack. Pretty cool. Okay. Some more social stuff. You can create multi-user conversations. You can create a message that would broadcast to their friends. So if you want to look at the social things, it's a bunch of new little things you can do. Also, another cool one, actually, that I want to point out is a new section has been added to the friends list called Players Near You. Any player who is on your local network will be displayed here. If needed, this feature can be disabled. So, let's see if we can find that. Oh, there's where you can broadcast a message to your friends. I don't know where Player Near You is. Let's see. A new section has been added to the friends list called Players Near You. Huh. I play this game pretty solo, so maybe that's why. Maybe it only comes up if they're on, I don't know. But that's pretty cool as well. So it's anyone who's in your region and it will show up and you can like get together and you can actually meet people like that and play video games with them. That's pretty sweet. I like that social option. That's really, really cool. That's pretty amazing actually. That's pretty neat. That you can find people near you through your game client, and you could say, hey, you want to meet up at the library, and you could go talk to these people and meet them because of the game. You can talk about games and stuff. That is cool. That's pretty amazing. I like that a lot. Alright, there were some changes to the classes. Most notably, I would say, or most notably that I'm aware of, is the wizard skills. There's a lot they're doing there to try to make other viable builds besides Crystal Maiden, Critical Mass, and the Arcane build. So Disintegrate got huge damage buffs. Arcane Torrent got huge damage buffs. We're talking weapon damage increase from 180% to 340% on Arcane Torrent. That is massive. It's almost double. That's crazy. Ray of Frost actually got a really big buff as well. Ice for skill rune Black Ice on Ray of Frost. Ice Patch weapon damage increased from 387 to 504% weapon damage. That is crazy. So you can experiment around with that. There's a bunch of different things you could try out to make some viable builds. I like that they're doing that. They're not trying to pretend that people aren't going to find these like optimized builds that kind of manipulate your skills a little bit in a certain way to kind of have an outcome that isn't predictable. Like before, they were nerfing the crap out of this. I don't know if it's because Jay Wilson left, but yeah, I don't know. They're kind of working with us now, it seems like.
I welcome the chance to travel with you.
Okay, let's see. That is some of the wizard upgrades, some of the skill upgrades. Let's check some other stuff out. Alright, now if we go down to crafting, oh my gosh, why did this take so long? I don't know what they're doing. Alright, I don't know what they're thinking over there, what they're trying to do. How does this not... This is so frustrating. Players can now queue up multiple items. Okay, there's two major things here that should have been implemented from day one. No excuse. Players can now queue up multiple items and gems at a time within the same tier to be crafted, so long as they possess the necessary materials. Great. I mean, come on. Really? Why? Why was that not there before? And now the big one. The one that was just the elephant in the room, just glaringly in my face, obviously painful. Painfully obvious. Players can now craft items using materials located in the shared stash. Thank the Lord. So you don't have to take all your items, all your materials out of your stash, bring them into your inventory to craft, then put them all back and try to organize them. Wow. How annoying was that? Let's try this out now that this is something we can do, even though really probably we'll get a bunch of crap. It's kind of expensive. Let's just do a bunch of cheap crap. Yeah, a bunch of these. Let's do... I don't have enough for 4. Alright, let's do 4 of those and see what happens. Nothing in my inventory. Oh my god, thank you. It's all my shared stash. And I can craft 4 at a time. One click calculates how many I'll need, how much it's going to cost. Great. Let me do that. 1, 2. I was hoping it was going to speed up. 3, 4. Okay, so that's not that great. Crafting multiple. It is nice. They should have had that. But in games like Guild Wars 2, if you have a lot to craft, after each one it speeds up. So it speeds up. So the more that you do, the faster each one will go. So you don't have to sit there and wait each, kind of redundant. Alright, see actually what we got here. Garbage. But there you see, this materials were pulled from my stash tab. Thank you. Oh my god, why was that not in there? That used to bug the crap out of me. I stopped even trying to craft because of that. I stopped collecting materials. I have a bunch that I had from before, but now it's actually not an insane inconvenience to just jump in here and want to craft something. And also, there was an error before where you couldn't drag and do that. You couldn't drag and destroy for some reason. And also now you can turn off this tooltip if you like. It's in the settings, which is amazing. Actually, let's see if I can do that. Disable salvage confirmation dialog. Oh my gosh! Thank you. Oh, so much pain is just melting from my soul right now. Thank you, Lord. Okay. See, now I can just salvage things. Boom, put them back. I don't have to take all my materials out if I want to craft something. Put them all back. Holy redonkulous. Alright, let's see what else we got here. Blah, blah, blah. So that's about it for that. Okay, now to the major point of the patch. One of the biggest... Actually, the biggest thing about this patch, and something that's going to change this game forever, how it's done, for sure. Pretty much, since till this point, the only viable place to farm has been Act 3. Okay, that has the highest mob density of any of the acts by far. And because of that, that's the only place it was efficient to farm. So, even though the monster power kind of made all the difficulty and all the gear drop chances even across the entire board, acts 1, 2, 3, and 4, we don't want to do any of those 1, 2, or 4 because there's no density of mobs, so it was really time inefficient, especially for Archon Wizards and Barbs who wanted to keep the Wrath of the Berserker up. You needed a high density to keep that up and make your... And if you weren't doing that, your efficiency decreased tenfold. I mean, not only were there less monsters, but you couldn't keep your Wrath of Berserker up. You weren't able to farm as fast, so it was like a double negative. It was just silly to do anything other than farm Act 3. Now, here we go. Players should now encounter more monsters in Acts 1, 2, 4, and 4 in Inferno difficulty when playing at monster power 1 or greater. So, I haven't even tried this yet. Well, let's go to one of my more favorite quests. Do that. Our favorite areas that I've seen that potentially have more density. The streamer Moldren, he's also a YouTuber, made a Excel sheet of the most efficient farming places. In the new patch, he tested in the patch realm. And one of them was the Weeping Hollow, actually. So let us check that out. I think I'm in the right place.
Diablo himself once walked this place. There is much to lament in his tragedy.
So now these are actually going to be viable to farm, which is, I mean, look at this. Look at this monster density. This skyrocketed. Thank you. Now we can actually farm this. It's actually fun to farm this. You can change up your farming route. It's not just this monotonous grind to get the best items that you're not sure what you're getting them for. Another conversation there. Oh, look at this. Very, very cool. So now I can farm this instead of sitting in Act 3 all the time, doing the exact same thing over and over and over. There's a little spice there. Thank you, Blizzard. Thank you for actually looking at what people were doing and trying not to force them to do something you want them to do. Thank you. My God. Very, very cool. Monster density. This is weird. I'm not even used to this. This is strange. This is really strange. But awesome. Let's get back to town here. Okay. Now let's keep going here. Not much left to go. There's some adjustments of monster health on a lot of stuff. Okay, in multiplayer games, increase in monster hit points per additional player has been reduced to 50%, down from 70. So that is another buff to co-op play.
Come, let us search for your.
That's cool. So they definitely are going in the right direction here for sure. They're actually giving incentive for co-op play rather than just having the mechanics there and be like, oh well, we think you should all play together. It's a social game, but we're not going to reward you for doing that. We just want you to do it because we think you should do that. Now there's actually incentive. Thank you. Thank you. I don't know if it's because of the new game director. I don't know if Jay Wilson had any part of this. But it seems like once Jay Wilson left, a lot of these good things are being implemented. So I don't know. I should look into that really to find out what was going on there. But it seems like the evidence points to this new director doing things a little better. And I'm not sure if that's true. That's just a little observation. No clue. A lot of stuff has had their hit points reduced quite dramatically. So things are getting easier, it looks like. And they also started... Okay, the following monsters have their experience and chance to drop loot modified to better align with their hit points. So, maybe before things with low hit points would have higher drops than things with higher hit points that had lower drops. So now it's a little balanced. If it has higher hit points, it's probably going to have higher drops. It seems like they modified, it looks like at least 30. If you're following along, you can see there's like 30 different elite mobs that, or maybe not elite even, but 30 mobs that have better alignment with their hit points and their chance to drop loot and experience. Okay, key wardens. Knocker out the key warden now has a chance to drop a random key in addition to the Infernal Machine plans. Pretty cool. And all key wardens now only appear in Inferno difficulty. And there's bug fixes. And to wrap it up, we got experience earned by completing quests is now granted to players that have reached a level cap. Blah blah blah. Some more user interface bug fixes. Nothing really big. So it looks like that is it. So generally in this patch, let's boil it down. Bug fixes. Mainly, there's two things. There's actual incentivization to co-op now. Now it actually makes sense to play co-op. It is actually beneficial. It is better to play co-op than solo. You get better chances for more loot and experience. Thank you. Thank you. They fixed the crafting. My God, that took an age. Seriously, thank the Lord. I don't know how this stuff wasn't in the original version. This seems pretty obvious, common sense. Doesn't require a lot of thought. And they finally fixed the ability to farm other places than Act 3. Thank you. So the game is getting better. Oh my gosh. Now, if they just made a good PvP system, and maybe altered something with the auction house, some people don't like it. That's a huge controversy. It's pretty in deep now, but some people think it should be gone. I don't really know what to say on that. I kind of like it personally. I get find an item that I want instantly. I don't have to use a third-party site and hope for no one's going to scam me or nothing. Right on the site, or right in the auction house, find what I want instantly at a comparable price. Everything right there in front of me. I can search, filter by whatever I want. I think that is great. I don't know. I think it's good. I haven't looked too deeply into why other people don't like the auction house, but from my experience, it has been pretty great. So, I mean, one complaint is that people don't use the items, or they don't find items for themselves. They never find items that they actually use themselves. Sure, there's something to that, but overall, you get what you want with the auction house. Okay, and to finish up, there is the crafting fix, co-op fix, and the farming fix. Now we can farm everywhere on all the X, wherever we want to go. Change the pace, change the scenery. Thank you, Blizzard. So this patch, loaded with good stuff. Definitely excited to play after this. And if you guys want to watch me stream this game, you can check me out at twitch.tv/aljbgaming. And if you guys like this kind of content, I'll have more each time a patch comes out. And I'll have more videos coming up soon of all the new areas that are able to be farmed. Everything that's kind of new. If I find a little something I want to show, I'll be putting videos up. So if you like that, please subscribe. I have also a bunch of other gaming stuff. And thanks for watching, guys. And I'll see you later. Bye.